Hello, welcome to Intuition with Marnie Lynn. How are you today? I'm doing really good. It is a beautiful day out there today. It is overcast. It is a bit cool. We are in a rainforest here in Victoria, BC, Canada, but it has no wind and it's beautiful, calm, and it's just a really nice day out there today. And even though it is overcast, I'm feeling really good and very calm inside. I've been doing a lot of thinking and really starting to turn my attention around to being much more of a singular unit than a group unit. I think that's because I've always been an outsider. I've not had many friends in my life. I do have 3 that I count as my best friends that I've known since I was 3 years old and 5 years old. And even though I don't talk to them very often, just seeing them on Facebook gives me a sense of calmness inside. I think it's because I have a history with them. I also, when I was growing up, it was by design that the children, there was 3 children. I was the youngest, and I was 4 and 6 years younger than my siblings. So I was basically an only child because the 2 older were bonded and I was left out. So I've always been and felt like an outsider, and I always was treated as the black sheep in the family because I didn't really go along with what everyone else wanted to do. And also having DID, MPD, that's how I describe it, having this condition because my apartment building is so big and I have many of the apartments filled with different people from inside. I'm never alone. So for me to be all alone gives me a chance for the quiet inside so that those in me, we can start to work on our life that we want to live without outside people getting in our way, which may make sense, may not make sense. It's not that I want to be alone. It just has worked out to be much better for me to live by myself, and I really, really enjoy it. I never feel alone. Sometimes I get lonely and start thinking about what other people have that I don't have, and then I think about the times that I have had people in my life and the chaos and the mayhem that they have brought into my life, along with what I'm dealing with every day, really is easier for me to be one person and a dog. So that's where I am in my life. If you have the same kind of issues that I have, meaning DID, MPD, and I say it that way just so I cover all the angles of dissociative identity disorder and multiple personality disorder, which is the same thing. It's just easier for me to be on my own, and I really, really enjoy it. I don't know why I'm talking about that. Some people just like to be hermits or live on the fringe or be able to watch people but not have to interact with them. That's more what I am like. I did have a job which was a very social job, and it was as a bartender for 18 years. Looking back on it, I don't know how I did it because I do not like to be around alcohol, because I can feel the evil that's hanging on to a lot of the alcohol beverages and I didn't like being around people that are under the influence because I grew up with an alcoholic father. So I didn't like having 18 more years of having to live in that kind of environment. But I found that the 8 hours a day that I was working gave me a break from my life of having to deal with other people that weren't good for me to have in my life. But that's one of the lessons that I learned, and that's what's made me a stronger person today and given me more insight into relationships and how to step back and let people deal with their own stuff and not get involved. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I learned in the 18 years of doing this kind of work was understanding it's the person's problem and not mine. I just had to make sure that the rules regarding my position as a administrator of the administration, just being a bartender, it was different. I got to see a lot of a different side of people. Also, the place I worked at was really quite something. It was downtown Kelowna. The building was 3 stories. It was a family-owned small hotel that used to be the Greyhound station in Kelowna. And when you went into the building, it became a place where everybody was treated the same. Everybody. So in my lounge on a Friday night, I would have judges, lawyers, police, real estate, doctors, Hell's Angels, pimps, drug dealers, prostitutes. Everyone would be in the lounge, and everyone was treated the same. Nobody was treated better or worse. And yet you step outside, and then all of a sudden everybody's rank became apparent, but you go back into the building and everyone was the same. That was just the strangest thing about working in that building. And for 13 years that I worked there, that was the only time I had control over alcohol, in that I could tell people if they could be served or couldn't be served. And it was just a very different environment. And it was a place where I did a lot of work with my psychic ability and learning how to use different energies to have, when people would come in that I didn't really want, I could tell there'd be real problems with, I could take the energy from my heart and push, and I could see it hit them, and they'd turn around and walk out of the room. And I'd be drained afterwards, but it solved a lot of problems that would have been happening had I let that person in. It was a very, very interesting job. It was not fun. I didn't enjoy it that way. And like I say, it was just an escape for me from my own life. Which is, how many people can say their job's an escape from their life, their home life? But anyways, it got me to where I am today. So I'm going to do a 1-card reading again with my zebra, just because they're sitting out, and I like the zebra. And I'm going to put some energy in. Shuffling the cards is putting fresh energy between them so that grandfather or grandmother can pick the card that they want me to show you. And I want to know what the energy is for everyone who's watching the video right now. So I'm going to take it and cut it in 3. And then I show you the card before I look at it. And this is it. And I can tell it's a long one. Gentle rain, such a peaceful thing. Birds are quiet, plants start singing, and Mother Earth has a good drink. When it rains, enjoy the feeling, grasshopper. Everything around you is growing. Sigh, grandmother. That's true. I find that about the gentle rain. It's a little sprinkling, a little kiss to Mother Earth and the birds. Everyone just kind of listens to the rain falling down, and the birds, you can see they're so happy because maybe their little puddles get filled up with water for them to drink out of. It's a very interesting card. With all the rain that's going on around the world and all the flooding, a gentle rain would be nice in those areas. But the rain is important for what's going on and what's being cleared out and what's being done for humanity. Thank you for spending some time with me. I always feel good about myself after I have spent some time with you. And please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you know every time I put up a new video. And I put up a new video every day. So I'll say bye for now. I'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day.